What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Sandstorm Meetup. Today, I am joined by Virstate. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Sharp, what about you?
I'm doing great. I'm happy it's Friday. Glad to get the week over, start the weekend. You know, usually I like to start the show off, let you tell a little bit about yourself, how you got into the Web3 space, and what role you play on the Virstate team.
For sure, exactly. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna tell you a bit more about our story. So basically, myself, I'm co-founder and COO. So I manage all of the operation, and my other co-founder Zakaria is the CEO of the company. So together, we have built this, and today, like I'm gonna tell you a bit more about it. But basically, myself, I'm gonna manage like contact with client, prospection, and as well as the project that we're gonna deliver. So. I also have my artistic touch. I work with the team a lot. I really love to be involved in everything we touch to make sure like uh, the client is very happy about like the through all the process to the end product
Mhm.
and all that. And on the other side, my co-founder Zakaya is more of the tech guy. So it's quite of another story. But I'm just gonna tell you a bit more about how we started a bit later.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. We'll get more into what you guys are building and doing. But first, I want to know how long has Verstate been around? When did you found it?
It's a trick question because like we founded Virstate as Virstate a year ago from today. Actually, like it's gonna be 1 years old. Like I think in 2 weeks, something like that. So we're gonna celebrate our first anniversary. But
Congratulations.
thank you very much, thank you. But as what we were doing, it goes back. It goes back actually to Minecraft, which was not like a Web3 approach, but we started to be to run in a business into virtual experience, Minecraft, Roblox, all those things, a little bit more than 12 years ago today. So this is
Oh
where we
wow.
met. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been operating in that for a while. Did you ever look into NFT worlds at all? Because I know they dealt with Minecraft.
Yeah, we did for sure. When we started, like, of course, in terms of the technical aspect, like we are creating experience, but we are really aware about what's coming up and how it works, and basically what they did with the NFT world was very exciting, but we didn't have a feeling about it, and because like all of the way it was built on and all that, like Minecraft back then when we started, like it was a pretty hardcore world,
Yeah.
there was people that were when you were running a Minecraft server, which we were doing. So I'm gonna start with that. It's gonna make much more sense. But to give you a bit more about how we started, me and Zakaria, my co-founder, we've met in Minecraft,
Yeah.
actually in the game. Myself, I'm based in Canada, in Quebec,
Hmm.
and Zakaria is based in Paris, which all the team is operating from. And basically, we met through the game. So Zakaria was a player. He arrived. He started to code at 10 years old, so very early by himself. He was flying around, hacking, killing everybody by cheating, and I was just like the good player. So I was pissed. It started with a beef, and finally we decided that like we talked. Back then we were using Skype and TeamSpeak. That was like Discord was not there yet,
Yeah.
and basically we became friends through that. And a year or two later, we decided to create our own Minecraft server. So basically, when people were playing Minecraft, they were playing on modded version of the game. So basically, they were able to just come into our server and they're gonna have access to new content that we're gonna think of. Sometimes we use already existing mods, and sometimes we create our own. So people were playing on those version of Minecraft, and we run the server from uh, like at the age of I think 15 years old for myself to 22, and basically we had more than 1 million player through the year. We managed more than 200 people under us as designer, developer, moderator, all that, like everything we can. So for us, when Web3 became a thing, and we especially noticed Sandbox, it was just an easy turn because we've been into crypto for a while. We've been following that a lot, like as investor and like just being in the game and loving what's there. But when we saw that, like we've seen an opportunity because we were already doing all that. We just decided to convert our activity from Web 2 to Web 3, and we specialized in creating experience for brand in those virtual space today. And this is how we became what we became today. But we've been doing it for a while.
Right. That is an awesome origin story. Met on Minecraft. You said he was 10 years old at the time?
It was not. He started to cut at 10 years old. I'm a bit
Ah,
older than him 2 years ago, but he was 13 years old and I was 15 when we created our own server. And
yeah, no, that's amazing. The fact that you guys were doing that at 15 and 13, running a whole Minecraft server like that to me is like what the future and the metaverse is. Cause like a lot of like, even like people that are like older than me, like in their mid 30s and stuff, they don't understand like what kids are doing nowadays on Roblox, on Minecraft. Like they are doing this and they don't see like the vision in the future of what kids are going to want to be doing when they're in their 20s. So
exactly, exactly. It's shocking sometimes because this is, I think this is very like, it makes sense with the world we are going in. Like two guys meeting in the video game from all around the world. Like I think those were, I mean, myself, I was a gamer from a lot of time. I am still a gamer, but of course with less time. But
yeah,
it's just, I think like it gave us the capacity to really understand and like improving and getting experience from a young age in a very emerging like domain and environment. So for us, like it was making sense, and like we are really excited to do that. We are Clear Vision, and I will also tell you more about how we operate and work at Virstate. And you will notice that we are bringing this touch there because we are not only creating experience for brand, but we are also creating mods and content for the metaverse themselves, especially in Sandbox, for example. So we're gonna also offer them mods, and we're gonna create mod system for them. That, for example, I'm gonna show you later on a camera mod system that we're using to do those traveling. We saw some on the video that you displayed on the screen. This is something that's not possible in Sandbox, for example. But
yeah,
we've seen a need from the client to have like a way better way to display their experience and people from to show them well. So we created a drone system directly in Sandbox by doing reverse engineering, and basically this is something that the team of Sandbox is currently using, and we plan to implement officially in the game for everybody in the future. But we have still work to do so. But
hmm,
yeah, this is kind of it. Yeah.
amazing, nice. And you, as of right now, Verstate, you guys operate as kind of a building service for people that want to get in the metaverse. They come to you and they say, hey, like I want Disneyland built in my sandbox land. Do you guys offer that?
Exactly. But usually people are there's two. I would say there's two type of people that come to us. There's the people that already know what they want, and there's others that don't.
Yeah.
And this is where we're gonna work a lot because we're gonna do those workshop. We're gonna offer them like an idea, a vision about what they could do, not only on the creation part, on the visual part, but also on the strategy. We've created some project as well that generate direct revenue. We created experience in the metaverse that were sold as NFT as well. So we work a lot about strategy. It's not just like, okay, we want this, put it in life. It's like, okay, we want something. Tell us, help us to understand what we want, help us to understand what we can do, because this is where it starts. People need to know what they can do,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where we get in. We help them a lot to understand all the possibility, and they trust us into the process to make something great for them. So yeah, exactly. So this is kind of the two way I see it when we work with Blight. So yeah, if we'd like to have Disneyland and Sandbox, for example, you could come to us and we could think about it. But also, we're not just gonna build something. We're gonna think about how to gain retention, how to gain like, for the brand to win something out of it, and for the customer, the player that's gonna experiment the experience to have fun, and like it makes sense for him to go in this experience, that he will learn something from it. So yeah, this is on the design part. This is the measure thing, of course, and we work a lot to improve tools as well that help us to create high quality product. Maybe I'm going to show you some more a bit later, but yeah, overall, I think it makes sense to see the thing that way, and this is what brands need. From our perspective, this is what we think actually.
So you don't just like build the plot and then just say, all right, have fun, go do whatever you're gonna do with it. You kind of help them, brand it and kind of create a business model for them, right?
Exactly. This is your own point. This is exactly that. We create a business model from it, not only to generate money, because we think like the best way to get in is not to look for direct revenue yet. Like, for brand, their goal is to create something great, a great experience, and to understand what they can do. I think like I would love to say like we're specialized into helping brands to take their first step into the metaverse.
Hmm.
It's not easy for them to understand what they can do, what they want. I think in the next year upcoming, I think in 2022, people were not ready for that. Like it was not expected to boom that much.
Yeah.
And I think that in 2023, it's going to be different because brands are going to want to create experience, but they're going to have a budget for it because I think they're going to cut a portion of their marketing budget to do so. And so they will not be focused on like generating revenue directly with them. They're going to be more focused about the impact of the experience and all that. And I think this is the main focus, like to have a great experience for people and to have a great impact for the brand.
Yeah. I agree. And what are the metaverses that you guys build in?
So of course, if you see on our website and all that, we're very close to Sandbox. We really love this metaverse. So we come from Minecraft, so it was making sense for us. We're attracted to those voxel. We
Hmm.
love them and all that. But we also work on Spatial. We also work on Decentraland. We work on all the famous space. We work on many, many, many others because 3D tech at Virstate, like we have 3D designer, we have voxel artists, but we also have plenty of developers, and this is what help us to give the best experience to our client because we're gonna not only like give them the possibility that they can use today, but we're gonna dig in with our developer to see what we can do better. And this is how we come up with those mods because I talked to you about the cinematic system mod from Sandbox, but we're also creating plenty of them that gonna improve the process, help us bring best quality building and all that. So basically, I could say we could work almost anywhere. We are already like we have all the headset. We got the new one as well to create in Horizon World, for example, the metaverse, which is very very different to do so
Yeah.
because like it's you got to do it with like the remote and all that. This is a different concept. We also very very uh, exciting for what's coming up with the other side with Yuga Labs Metaverse. They plan to release a no DK, so not a software development kit, but other side development kit. And us as developer and creator, we are very excited because we believe that this is the vision that the metaverse must have the capacity to create mods and content from mods because if you take today the most popular game in the world, we could say Minecraft, Roblox, GTA, and we come
Hmm.
up from there. Those games, the beautiful thing about it is that the content is constantly getting improved, but it's not from Mojang, it's not from Roblox, it's not from Rockstar, it's from the community of modders. If you check the player that are playing GTA at the moment, most of them are playing on 5M modded server. They want to play with the real life card, they want to play
Yep.
RP game and all that. And what's beautiful about it is that this content is not made by Rockstar. It's made by the community of modders because they have the tools to do it. And we believe that the metaverse should be like that. We believe that people should be able to create mod. Uh, the Minecraft marketplace, you can buy mods, but you can also you can buy experience, sorry, but you can also buy mods on external platform. And we think this is a huge, huge market, and we think this is the vision because the game it's improving by itself,
Yeah.
and this is the beautiful thing about it. Like the game don't spend a dime. If your game is relevant, people will play it and improve it. And for us, this is what makes sense, and this is why we are very excited for those new space that allows people to use those games.
And did you say in the beginning that you are in talks with some of these different metaverses to kind of implement these mods?
Of course, I mean we started a lot with Sandbox because we were very close to them, but of course we were already talking with Spatial, Decentraland. This
Yeah.
is something that's very interesting for them because they understand that all those players they're gonna fight for content at some point because it's okay. There's many people creating uh, metaverses and platform, but at the end of the day, this battle of who's gonna have the user at the end. I think it's gonna be to the guys who have the best content, the best quality of content.
Agreed.
And for them, this is very challenging because the one that is able to have the best content is going to have that. So creators like any artist, independent studio like us, or even on the everybody on the Sandstorm platform, like they are the heart of this project. They are the people that are going to create the metaverse, because for us the vision is not that a company should create all the content. Of course they're gonna give you the best tool to do it, but the metaverse and those space need to be built by the community, and this is the vision that we have for it. So yeah, of course, Meta Horizon World is most difficult to reach. This is they are on their thing, but they're gonna be open. Yuga Labs, they're not like releasing many things yet, but like they already have made some tool on their website to take contact with them. So this is something that we're into as well, and we are very excited to see like all the possibility for them as well and create experience in their space also.
Nice, nice. And how many builders do you guys have on your team?
So for this one, like depend. We have an office in Paris that we have approximately 12 people working from there. So not only builder and all, but through the years, what we have built is a huge network of 3D artists, any other. So we have on full disposal to people able to work with us at any time. We go up to 40 to 50 people to work with us. But those guys, they're not like the internal leader of the project. So we have our main team inside, and we're gonna lead all the project. And if we need them, we're gonna bring them in. Okay, well, so we need you to do this asset, this asset, this asset. But the main team is gonna be focused more of 12, 15 people. But because most of them, the other one I was talking about, they're freelancers. So yeah. So this is but on the back end at the end, we have also another huge network from our Minecraft years and for our Roblox years and all that we of course work on other place and all that. But this is people that we can activate as well. But for the moment, like we are pretty comfortable with the team that we currently have, and we are able to deliver to the ask. So this is what we're focused on.
And how do you go by, I guess, picking what projects you work with? Like, does it matter about the legitimacy of the project, the size of the project, or is it like, say if I, come to you and I'm like, hey, I have 100 Ethereum, I want you to build, this, like, do you care what I'm going to use it for or what?
I mean, of course, we're gonna dig. We want to take place in every project and help them. And at the moment, we're very lucky that everybody we work with, like, they let us, give our touch to all those projects and bring them. So of course, we will not work with anybody like if the project behind it is crazy, doesn't make sense, or it has bad intention. But we are very open in the vision of everybody. We think like this is the beauty of this space. Anybody can have an idea. Of course, I would rather work on project that I believed in, but I would be very open to listen to everybody if they have a specific idea, something. I would rather work with them, give them my input, and tell them what makes sense. If the project is like going in a way I don't like, then just let them do it and like the way they think and miss. In a way, of course, I cannot choose. The client wants something, it will have it, but I can, of course, influence it and help him get the best out of the space he's going to use. So yeah, this is basically. I would not, of course, we will not do any project, no matter what. But we are open to work on a lot of things, and of course, depend on the project. We didn't have this issue yet. I think all the project we worked on, we were pretty proud of at the moment. But of course, this is an interesting question because you never know. Sometimes you can get caught up on something, and like finally, like the project is not something that you want to back and all that. Fortunately for us, we didn't have this issue yet or this challenge. But I think like we will definitely be very careful on the project we take. If we don't believe that this is something good for the space.
Yeah, and we've been watching, as we've been talking, us flying around, a bunch of amazing builds. I wanted to ask, as a company, what would you say is your guys' strongest build? Would it be real estate, developing games, social hubs? Like, what would you say?
It's definitely like the design of the building, real estate. Like Sandbox, usually, like we kind of push it for further, like in terms of design and like realistic. Like for example, this map that you're seeing at the moment, like highly detailed, but also like even the external structure. When we're gonna go out from there, like you're gonna see like the terraforming of this experience.
Mm-hmm.
There's no block. Like this is fully made of asset. Of course, this is heavy, but it allows us to have an amazing like render and experience, and like definitely like the hotel we saw, so from the exterior and all that. To be able to do that, we are using our own software to do that.
Yeah.
So basically, we work on both. This is depend on what the client want and all that. This is a more basic experience made on a 3x3. This is a hub for an NFT collection. They have their museum, their house, and all that. But we are very specialized into high design building. We also do game. We've been working on game a lot back then. For the project that we've took so far, we didn't have the chance to, like we at Virstate, we work with client. We had many requests to do so. So we didn't like do like our own project yet or anything like that. So we work for the client's needs. So at the moment, we haven't released like big gamified experience,
Mm-hmm.
but we are working on two at the moment that are gonna come up on the middle of next year, probably maybe at the end of first quarter 2023. And so yeah, we are getting a lot into we showed a lot about our eye design and detailed experience, but we are very excited also to show more about our gamified experience and what we can do as game. So I would say yeah, at the moment definitely like real estate design, but a game is something that's we are gonna show to the people very soon, and we gonna push it on the next level as well. This is what we plan to do.
Nice. And what would you say would be, I guess, your favorite build, or if you don't have a favorite, what would you say is, I guess, your guys' biggest build that you guys have done for a client?
I think like of course we have a huge project that's going on that's on the 4x4, so on 32 lands.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a project that we've created, like a private space, like private islands in Sandbox for many people, 25 people actually. And what was exciting about this project, it was like we worked with many celebrities, Marco Verratti, which is a football player from Italy, we played PSG, some 2-3 top tier tennis players, Stan Wawrinka, Ana Ivanovic, with company and all that. So we're proud to work on this project because this is a long project. This is very difficult to manage when you do personalization for all those people. But at the end, what we are trying to do is that we want to do something that's impressive and very difficult. So I would say that my favorite build for the moment is definitely the hotel that we did, especially from the exterior part. Like this is a big puzzle, and this was something very difficult to do. And in terms of exterior design, this is really next level. But also there's other one like the Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island was a big sandbox project that it began to be famous when they sold this yacht, I think for $600,000, something like that, back last year. So this project we partnership with them after. So we took the project after, and they had this issue of okay, so we sold NFTs, and basically. I think on the secondary market, it went like to the roof. Like some of them sold for 86 ETH at some point.
Yeah.
So that people were expecting a lot from that project, and so we arrived and like to build 100 experience into Sandbox of 100 different villas, so different color, different structure, different all that. That was pretty challenging, and they couldn't have anyone doing it for them. So we arrived and we created mods. We created mods that import assets. Automatically that convert. We kind of created a manually assisted method to create NFT collection experience into Sandbox. So this way we can jungle with metadata. So basically, this map is going to have the house of this map is going to be this color. This one is going to be this form on the exterior and all that. So that was very challenging, but we created our own technique and software to do that. So every project at the moment had different challenges.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're proud of everything we do. this one that we did in the screen is cool, but it's more basic of what we do now. But every project has a special story and it's exciting. This house definitely is something that's very aesthetic and cool looking. This was also at the last minute. I think we had 2 or 3 weeks to gamify this experience for the alpha v3. So we did. It was not supposed to be on it, but at last minute we had the chance to do that, and so we did.
Oh, you guys were in the Sandbox Alpha?
Yeah, we had 2 experience in this Sandbox Alpha. So yeah, but like I said, this one was one of them, but it was not supposed to be. So it was a couple quests, like something that fast experience, something like cool and fun. But I think we reacted pretty well for like the deadline that we had. But yeah, we had some experience as well, and we plan to have others coming up on the next alpha next year.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this as a FPS player. This map just makes me think of like Call of Duty or Rainbow Six Siege. Like I could just see some search and destroy going down on this.
I love that you bring that, because like for us also, like in Sandbox and outer space, our vision is that why also we took a lot of time before doing gamified experience is because like I told you, our vision is the game that are like Roblox, Minecraft, and GTA. People create mods to improve the gameplay. In Sandbox, for example, or even if you work on Spatial and all that, this is more of a no-code system. Their game maker is no-code, so you can use the tool. And some people are very smart and have good idea, and they kind of tweak something to it. My vision, even for Sandbox, is to work on an add-on mod system. So this way, if I want to do a battle royale in Sandbox, I would be able to. Because working directly on the source code, I would be able to create a real shooting system, a real teleporting system. Like, okay, so you have to wait 10 seconds. Like, on Minecraft, people did that. Like those Hunger Game mods, those Battle Royale mods, very, very famous.
Yep.
And this is our vision at Virstate for Metaverse, like Sandbox, for example. And so no, for us, like we could see ourselves developing mods, especially to create FPS gameplay like people are doing in Roblox or even Minecraft. So this is the vision we have for this, and this is what we are still developing mods and proposing new things. And most of the metaverse are very open for it, because like you said, you're an FPS player. I was too. I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
Gamer, like real gamer that come from the core. The gaming industry is getting very competitive. Like Warzone 2 just been released. They did this mod, like this is just a side mod in their game, like the DMZ mod. This is like kind of a reproduction of a narcode version of Tarkov.
Yep.
And like it's just a single asset of the game. They constantly improve it, and like they get in a lot of users. They did with their games and all that. And there's many other games that have that. So gamer, they want to have fun, and I think like no code is limiting the possibility in terms of fun. So this is why we envision ourselves being able to do whatever we want in those virtual space. So this way we can push the quality of the gameplay in a way where people would be. The goal is to create a game that people could be, I don't like to use this term, but addicted to, a game that you want to play back to back. And if you can bring play to earn to it, that would be great. And just a successful game is a game that people, they
replay it. There's a lot of playability to it. You don't want someone to just play your experience one time and then be like, well, I don't need to go back to that. Like
exactly.
And that's why I love the idea of mods. And like you said, that's why Minecraft and Roblox and GTA are so big, because it's not the same game every day. Like you can get on and play a different version of Minecraft every day.
Exactly. This is the vision for it.
Yeah. Tom Voxel asked in the chat, he said, how are you guys rendering these camera flying around videos? Is it Game Maker or something else?
It's directly in the Game Maker. So yeah, basically, if we had the source code of Sandbox, we could be able to do it directly. This is, by the way, like I said, this is something that we are working on to possibly implement this in the future. But for the moment, this is we basically how we do that is that we have our own version of the Game Maker, and this version contains this mod. So we are the only one having it. But yeah, basically this is directly in the Game Maker. So you launch your Game Maker, you have like a menu, and you feel like trajectory. So you just said, okay, so I want to be there in 2 seconds and all that. And the magic, it's what's great is that this is so this is so good to use because you just put on some coordinate and like it goes by itself and you can save it for another map. And this is very cool because it gives you the capacity to display your experience in a way that never done before. I think Sandbox, because we, of course, at the moment we're kind of thinking about how we could share this with people. I had many studio coming to us like, oh, can I use this and all that. Of course, we haven't like make the property into it. Like we cannot just send it to someone. Like this is something we invested in and like we've done it for ourselves. Sandbox have access to it. I think they've used it for a couple of shots in the Gucci video and Bored Ape. But yeah, no, this is very cool, and you can get like this one. We're more external, but you can get in small space, and I really like the render of it, and like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, most people that come on the show, like they have to, if they want to show off their experience, they get in there and like they're like walking around and they're trying to like talk through every room, which this has been playing, and like, you know, you can see every room throughout the whole show, and it shows, you know, just about everything that you need to see within the build. So yeah, it's great for sure.
Exactly.
I did want to ask you, you are someone who is, you know, operating in the metaverse. You know, you got to be in key with the metaverse. I wanted to ask for your opinion of where do you see, I guess, the future of the metaverse? You know, because I feel like right now everyone is kind of competing for market space, whether it's Sandbox, Decentraland, or Meta. My vision of the metaverse is, you know, one area that's interoperable where you can go from metaverse to metaverse. What do you think? What do you think the future is?
My vision for the metaverse is that the metaverse, of course, it's an idea. People could say it's been there for a while. I think like the metaverse is going to be the combination of like those space that are born into Web3. Like, okay, so we are the metaverse, and I think also those existing space. You know, this is just a space, like you said, where everything will be interpretable. Like where Fortnite could join the metaverse, you know, if they plan to change their structure and go into chain, and like they have all the capacity to trade their skin and people to create skin as well, and like and to do so. Like for me, this is the combination about existing game, existing space that are gonna get into it, and to I think so. Everyone has something to bring, you know. Sandbox could be more focused into the gaming, and it's could be like a kind of a Minecraft of Web3. But on the other side, like Horizon World, I think it's going to be more of the social media side, you know, like interaction, and there's many functionality that you can do. So I think like also existing game, like gaming is going to be huge also. So my vision is that this is just a space where everybody will be able to, you know, just come across and have a virtual identity and like just be there. So it's just the next version of the web. And people will just go around, and it will be like kind of a way like connected, like you. Okay, so I'm in Sandbox, it's nice. I'm gonna be like in Decentraland after. That would be cool to have entered portable avatar as well, like it will, you know, connecting and all that. So I think like at the moment this is a very vague idea. I don't think there is a proper definition for what the metaverse is.
Yeah.
But this is definitely something related to the next step of virtual experience. I think this is just a better way to experience web, to just experiment everything, and also to use the blockchain to change the concept of ownership. I think that will be something very important and great. And yeah, just sharing experience, like we said. Like the project that I showed you, some people like they're buying experience in Spatial where they could do have their watch room. Some people could have game lens are also, I think, something in there. Some metaverse have lens, other not. At Virstate, we believe that, and myself, I believe that lens are like, of course, some of them are limited. If you go to Sandbox, this is 166,000. If you go to Decentraland, this is I think 90K. But like at the end of the day, they are limited, but we think that the potential is not. Basically, we see the lens as a human body. Like you here with me today, Sharp, we are two human body, but each one of us have a wardrobe of clothes that we can change every day.
Yeah.
So with lens, we see it as the same. People would like to have experience in their wardrobe, and this way they will be able to change their experience every day. So even the metaverse who have a lens are not limited in a way, because the content is not. As a content creator, you'd be able to create experience, and people would like to change them and have new thing and create things. So this is also a place where possibility are limitless, and this is why we like it. But I think the definition will change a lot through time, and hopefully we get to a place where everybody can have fun and just have a better experience and interact with each other in a way that we could not before.
Yeah, I agree. Um, and we talked about Fortnite could potentially join the metaverse, and that brings me to my next question. What do you think needs to happen for these big brands to want to actually take a serious interest in the metaverse? I mean, we saw Adidas and stuff like that kind of have a land, but like you said, I think the term metaverse and metaverses kind of blew up this year unexpectedly. What do you think is the next step?
I mean, I think that we need like to people to be more like. I mean, we need to democratize this a bit more. Of course, that you are here with me today. I think people in the chat as well are more of a believer or like curious or very open to that. But for some people, like the metaverse is like a VR world where everybody does not go out and all that. So this
Yeah.
is a bit scary for many of them. And I think like before those game can do the turn, people will need to gain to under not to gain more confidence into it, but also to understand it more, because there's a lot of people that think that this is something that it's actually not. Like uh, many people, if you tell them metaverse, they will relate it to VR, which is just a technology. This doesn't mean like the metaverse need to be in VR. Uh,
Yeah.
Me, in general, Web3, I just see it as doing what we already been doing for decades, but using those technology, like those on-chain technology, NFT technology, all that, to just have a better experience from it, and just being able to do things better, and like uh, you just own more about what you have at the moment, and like not being like when you buy something in Fortnite, like it stays in Fortnite. There's
Yeah.
those massive platform like G2G, for example. If you want to buy a League of Legends account because you want a certain skin, you want to buy this and this, people sell their account. This is manually done.
Yeah.
I think like if you were able to just trade everything you own, I mean, you bought it, like it should be possible. And I think like I don't know if those space maybe like, of course, this is a big move. Maybe like this is going to impact the revenue, uh, but this is definitely I think this is definitely the way for the people, because when people will understand that what's coming up is something that will get them in a better position, make them more comfortable, and that I think those change need to be instinctive. It needs to start with things that make sense, and just nobody can say anything about it. So we got to
Mhm.
make this change because it's improving the quality of this and this, and everybody would say, okay, it makes sense. And I think what happened with NFT cultures, uh, there was in November through December, January, there was a lot of crazy, and like I think crypto started, like there was a lot of let's say, I'm not gonna say it's scam, but many projects just sold many things, and at the end of the day, people realized, okay, but that doesn't make sense, and
Yeah.
people were still used and were like, okay, what is happening? And a lot of people lost money, and it's like people are kind of mad about that, and like, oh no, this metaverse thing, this NFT thing. But people need to understand that those are technology that are useful and doesn't need to cost money. People see NFT like something that, okay, I need to pay high cash to get this and all that. No, it's just a technology that we could use in many ways in the world. And I think like this is the when we will be able to make people understand that, and they will have their first NFT by not paying, just because it's going to be useful for their life. I think like those game, to go back to the point. I know I went a bit far.
No, you're good.
The people are going to be more adapted to this and are going to be less scary. And in a way, they will be able to go through this process and make this change, because at the moment, if the people are not willing to accept it, it doesn't make sense for them to do it, because they would just be risking something. I mean,
Yeah.
the only one I've done it is Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
by turning it to Meta, and like it's a huge bet for them. Like, you can see their stock this year and all that. Like,
Yeah.
it's not something that's everybody has the balls to do it, I think. But at the end of the day, if it come up about what we think it's gonna be, I think they're gonna be the big winner in this by taking this risk.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure a risky play. You know, for anyone out there watching, where can they stay up to date with Virstate, you know, the experiences you guys are building, or just any updates? Where should they go?
And in terms of metaverse, you mean, or?
No, just keeping up with you guys. Like, yeah, like, would you say
Okay.
Discord, Twitter, website? What would you say?
Of course, I think, I mean, depending, like, we could follow up on Twitter as well. But the main people, like the way we work with people, the mostly that we come to us is definitely on our website.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to work with us, you can feel free to do so. If you want to, I mean, as a creator, I mean, if you want to work with us, you can contact us. But also, if you want, as a brand, to maybe know about what we can do about you, there's also a contact form that you can fill, and by that, we'll take contact with you immediately, and we'll set up a meeting. Just a good meeting, like a first step. Like, even if you're a brand or someone that just want to learn more about the possibility, have a basic idea, don't be scared. Our job is to help you to, get this idea into life. Some people, they always think like, I know I cannot go through and contact someone because my idea is not made already.
Mm-hmm.
But by doing this first step and all that, we will get you at some point where, I mean, you will have more information. We think it's important for people to share their knowledge, and this is what we love to do. We share the possibility, what we can do, and we really love to do that. So no, definitely website and through Twitter.
Awesome. Well, I really do appreciate you coming on today. I mean, you guys have some amazing builds, and, you know, as a gamer, I'm excited to see what, you guys do with all the mods that you are trying to implement into these metaverses. I really hope that, one day I'm playing some Sandbox mods that was made by Virstate.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's appreciated, and I really hope for that too. And this is what we're gonna keep doing, working hard to create this world of tomorrow and of today as well. And yeah, I think thank you for having me, guys. Thank you, chat, also for listening to me. And thank you.
Yep. Once again, yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we will be back live again on Monday. So make sure you're following the stream, and yeah, we'll see you then.
Have a good one.